And now, Vaughan Part 4. Vaughan from Eastbourne. Vaughan from Croydon. Yes, I'm sorry, I have no idea what I'm talking about. This car needs some welding. Welding, look at that, look at all that, that's terrible. And I'm going to do some today. Now, it's only really just occurred to me that Amy Winehouse here, who's been a donor for many cars and even a donor for this particular section of metal there that wasn't particularly good, may well have some sill that's good. I mean, a lot of it is patches, but if I cut out a big chunk of this, I could use it to repair Vaughan. We'll see in just a moment. This is the better side, but as you can see, this has all been painted up, and there's a patch there that looks okay. It's been stuck on there as well, but I think a good section of that will be rather usable. Yes. Do you know what? Amy's becoming more and more useful. The sills on Amy are actually completely rotten. They've been welded and welded and welded. But it doesn't mean that I can't make some use out. I have plenty of lovely straight bits of metal I can use. Right, at this stage it's actually quite useful again to have another R8 that isn't rotten to go and have a look at. So, although it looks quite bad, I don't think it is. I need to make a section of metal there to fill that bit in the back, and then I can just use a part of the other sill to fill in there, and then I've just got to make this bit up. This is where the really exciting stuff happens, when I get the ruler out and start measuring. Just borrowed these from next door. There it is. That's my first bit of metal ready for welding. Before starting a weld, one must disconnect the battery. Who was it in my comments that told me that? I can't remember, but anyway, thank you, because I'm going to do that now. The only thing is, I can't get the bonnet open because it's parked too close to the door. Saturday morning. Hello, lovely Saturday morning. Where are you? Where? There you are. So this Saturday morning I'm going to continue the work that I started yesterday. It's in fact I started yesterday. Let's crack on. As usual, a distraction awaits me everywhere I go. Yeah, look at this. This has just turned up with the option for me to either buy or not buy. It's a very, very nice 45 diesel, a 45 diesel with only 32,000 miles on the clock. The only trouble with distractions, and when I say only trouble, I mean one of the troubles, is I've now lost a piece of metal. Yesterday I spent ages making a piece of metal like that, and I had it in my hand not too long back, and now I'd like to think that it can't really get that lost, because where would I put it down? Where would I put it down? Down here? But I didn't put it down here. Where is it? Where's it gone? I don't believe this. I spent so long making that piece of metal just right yesterday that I just don't really want to start again. The whole point of clearing up everywhere in here in the first place was so that I stopped losing things, and it's just not anywhere to be seen. Multitasking, chap turning up with his Rover 45, Mike larking around with some children's stickers asking if I want them, and somebody else asking for a window regulator. And I put the piece down whilst doing all of that somewhere. Right, well, I've spent half an hour looking for this piece of metal and I haven't found it, so I'm just going to make another one. Well, that is similar to what I had yesterday. A wonderfully bent all over the place piece of manipulated metal, which will pretty much go in the space provided. Oh, there they are. I was going to say, I've lost my goggles for the about 10th time today. You might be able to see what I'm getting at here. It's quite ambitious, but that seems to be my way these days. I spent ages making that piece of metal. Let's make sure I don't lose this one. I've just compared it with this car there, and do you know what? It's pretty close. Can you believe it? I'm actually doing an almost sensible video. I'll never do with it. I am brave, I am determined, and I'm just ever so slightly stupid as well. So far it's a bit misshapen at the bottom, but once I've got this properly stuck to the rest of the car, then I can start to re-bend it into shape. I've been getting a bit carried away actually. I probably should have gone home by now, and I'm going to land myself in trouble if I'm not careful, so... I'm really enjoying this welding malarkey. It's fun, it's compulsive, it's brilliant, it's so worthwhile learning how to do. And so to be doing this on my car there without the actual, repair panel means I'm learning probably quite a bit more. Or maybe I'm, jumping in with somebody else's feet. There's that phrase, biting off more than you can chew, and admittedly I am trying to consume a dinosaur leg at the moment, but I've just got such an appetite for triceratops and I don't know what else to do. I don't really want to have a chicken, I want a dinosaur leg. Sunday, and I am somewhat up against it. Wednesday is the 1st of March, and that's the day I wanted Toby Charles, or Vaughan to Run, to be ready for its MOT so it can be used next month. In fact, the day before, I've got today, Monday and Tuesday to finish the welding and the brakes. That seems feasible, except for one or two things. Edwin here, that might be going, so I've got stuff to deal with on that car. Boaty always turns up on Monday, so there's that. And then of course, do you know, hadn't even considered, what if it rains? What if it rains today? What if it rains tomorrow? Graham Tinkerbell Nuts Gardener here. Also going on Wednesday, provided everything goes to plan. And I've got all sorts of bits to take off of this yet. All of these bits of extra bright work, which have to come up and then be cleaned so that they don't leave glue behind. And then I've got to wash it as well, and refit the wing. And on Tuesday, yes, Tuesday, I have a leg roll man coming round with a car for me to review. So how am I going to manage all this? Oh, and another, I almost forgot as well. One of the plans for the beginning of the week was to prepare this car for its MOT. It doesn't really need very much, but it's still time, and time to be consumed. Yeah. Oh, and I promised myself and the company that sent this that I'd do a review on this. I've got an idea for a video on this particular item, but even that's going to take time. So, where do I start? Is this possible any longer? This morning I meant to get up and come in early, and that didn't happen. So now it is 11:30 and I'm ready to start. That gives me 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Obviously this is kind of a patchwork of bits of metal all bunged together to get the shape. What I'm looking at now is the need to make like a lip, courtesy of the Astra wing. This is what we have here. So I'm going to cut that down there and then cut that edge off as well. And hopefully that will work. Well, one thing is for sure, I am having a great time doing this, but it is actually a lot more difficult than I was expecting. Got to be a bit gentle with it. I'm not having the proper tools to do this kind of thing. I'm having to make it up as I go along, which obviously suits me quite well. So that's my part I've just made for the sill. Let's see if it works. Also, I've got a cold coming. I think that must be enough for this video. It's gone on long enough. Obviously the job isn't finished. It's not going to be for a while. And the chances of me actually getting this finished off for the end of the month are quite slim. It's time for the reveal. Not the finished job, not by a long shot, but at least partially bodged. You can even see it. What, this is 10 feet away and you can see the bit I've done, so that's not too good. How about 5 feet away? Yep, you can tell that I've done something there. There we go. There are 1, 2, 3 sections I've put in there to make that, because obviously I didn't have the proper panel. And then I've finished it off with some weld seal to get rid of any of the little gaps in between. And it looks, well, quite rough. Yeah, it looks very rough in fact, but it is at least solid. So now I've got to try and fabricate this part as well. But at least I know I can do it. So that's it for this week here at Project Nigel. Gosh, a proper outro, a proper goodbye, I'll see you in the next one type thing. Thank you for watching this video, and I will continue. Gosh, I look like a scarecrow. What's going on? I shall continue with my quest to make this car once again roadworthy. Might not be for a bit longer than I thought though.